Yeah, you want to eat him? Because he's a bird? Hmm? You've never seen my office all set up like this, have you? Because you're normally not allowed in here, but you're being a pill. This is Sasha, my cat, who doesn't like being held for an extended period of time. But she loves sleeping with you while you're playing games, sometimes on your controller. So a few people have asked how BirdKeeper Toby and I met, and that's why this video exists. Because BirdKeeper Toby and I have kind of a close relationship on YouTube, meaning we do a lot of crossovers together. He appears on my channel mostly, and then I appear on his channel occasionally. We're wanting to make it more balanced in the future. Being a pill today. Please shut up. Oh, I love you, but please shut up. Because I'm talking about birds. And the way we met is actually kind of not that interesting. Because when he was starting his channel, contacted me. Like, at the time he only had like 4 videos. And he messaged me through Lockstin's Facebook page. He said, hey, I have really cool videos, and I was wondering if you could like give me pointers, give me advice. At the time I had 180,000 subscribers or so, or 140, I was between 100 and 200 though. Anyway, he was just starting his channel, and he asked me for advice. And normally, whenever someone messages me, I will give them some advice, but usually that's it. Because, to be honest, I don't have the time to respond to everyone, especially someone that wants deep, insightful advice. So I usually save my advice giving for Patreon supporters. But occasionally, if I see someone that has a high amount of potential, then I'll help them all I can. And that's what happened with BirdKeeper Toby. Of all the YouTubers that have contacted me and said, hey, can I have advice? BirdKeeper Toby showed the most drive and the most potential. I don't know how else to put it. Like, his first 4 videos were quality. Like, they were really nice. They could have been better. Yes, everyone's first videos could always be better, but he started at a really good point. Which is why also his channel was able to grow at such the exponentially fast rate. Like, he got, in like 4 months, he reached the point that took me a year and a half to get to. Part of that's just because of all the collabs that he was doing, and getting cross-reference advertising and such. And also, like, at the time, I was putting together a plan where I wanted to make Noggin kind of a show channel. One channel with a ton of different shows, meaning multiple people working on it. So far I had me, Chris from Chronicles, and Arlo, as well as another friend of mine who was doing VG Subtext, and another friend of mine who was doing the Noir show. So since he just so happened to contact me right as I was thinking about doing that, I just figured, hey, why not offer? And I said, hey, would you like to be the resident Pokemon master on this channel? Because I'm making this channel into a hub channel. And he was like, yes, that sounds cool. And so he did. And so we talked a whole bunch, and he got a few of his videos on my channel, but then eventually the whole hub channel idea didn't work as well as we had hoped. So that's why it's back to normal now. I say normal. I wanted that to be the normal. And so we started doing more cross-reference stuff as his channel grew and grew. And from there, it just happened. We've become good friends since, and talk a whole bunch. That's a secret project. We have plenty more collabs planned we have plenty more collab cross-reference videos planned in the future. And yeah, that's how we met. He just contacted me through Facebook. Super simple stuff. And like, a lot of people do that. And I assume after making this video, if a lot of fans happen to watch this that also are making YouTube videos, I assume a lot more people are about to do that. And I just want to say I can't promise anything, because my time is very limited. Like, BirdKeeper Toby was probably maybe the 7th or even 17th person to contact me with the whole, like, hey, can you give me some advice or some help kind of thing. But he was the first one that I actually went through and, hey, super put a lot of focus in, again, because he was starting in a really good place. A lot of times I tell smaller YouTubers to get to a really good place, then I'll start considering collabing and such. Just because if I start doing all sorts of collabs with other YouTube channels that have potential but aren't quite at the right level yet, that just creates a big storm. Because then there's people in the comments being like, hey, who's this guy? He doesn't actually make good stuff. And then I also have a wave of emails and a wave of messages from other small YouTubers that honestly don't make good stuff saying, hey, we should collab, and I have to turn all of them down, and it's hard and dumb. Toby happens to be one of those exceptions, though. Because he's awesome, and you're awesome too. And that's this vlog. That's how BirdKeeper Toby and I met.